morning, I'm Lori Corwin, the middle school social studies teacher. One of my favorite things to do, and I do it in class as often as possible, is to share stories, especially mysteries. I think it's exciting history mysteries are exciting, folk tales that are unsolved are exciting, and this is just absolutely one of my favorite things. So instead of just talking to you today about it, I'm going to share a story. It's a very old story, and it takes place in the middle of a dark Scottish lake, many, many miles away. It was a very cold night, and the moon was just a sliver of light shining above the lake. The two of them had been sitting silently. The sound of the oars in the water was the only noise. She was a tourist, and she spoke first. "How long have you been the caretaker at the manor?" she asked. 40 years, he said, "and I have never been called on to row someone to the island in the middle of the night before. Why do you need to go there now?" "I'm in search of a mystery," she said. "That's my passion. I search for mysteries." "Search for mysteries? That is ridiculous," he said. "What do you do with them when you find them?" "Well, I share them with friends and we try to solve them," she said. "Humph," he said. "Well then, I imagine you've come to the right place, though you won't catch me taking 1 foot out of this boat. You can take the spare lantern behind you. I'll come get you at daybreak." She said. "That's a curious thing to say. The manor is empty, I'm told. The island uninhabited." He stopped rowing. His face could not be seen clearly, but she could tell by the tone in his voice that he was quite serious. "Neither the manor nor the island is uninhabited," he said. He sat still, not rowing, and said urgently, "Don't go. We can turn back now and come back another day when the sun is out." "What fun is that?" she asked. He grunted and began to row again, faster now and not as smoothly as before. He stopped abruptly. "What's that noise?" he asked, grabbing the lantern he kept by his feet and looking past her. His shadowy eyes grew huge and his mouth fell open. Her heart was racing. She spun around. The boat rocked and she saw, well, they saw nothing until the next morning. The boat was safely back on the shore from where they'd started. The tourist and the caretaker were both safe and sound and asleep. When they woke up, they quickly said their goodbyes, and the tourist nervously left the village, never to return. The caretaker went to the local diner for coffee and breakfast and would not answer any questions about what happened that night the boat almost tipped. Years later, after the caretaker and his family moved to a warmer climate, people asked his best friend if he ever knew the real story of the night the caretaker and the tourist seemed to have been pushed away from the island. His friend said he did in fact know what the caretaker believed he'd seen, but he imagined and was afraid that people would laugh at him if he told them that he saw a tennis player from Clairbourn school standing in the boat in the middle of the lake, in the middle of the night, bouncing tennis balls and mumbling, "I'll show you, Mr. Powell." The end.